A long-awaited conclusion in one of the most haunting deep-sea disasters in recent history has now come. The U.S. Coast Guard has found that inadequate design was a primary cause behind the tragic implosion of the Titan submersible, which, remember, killed all 5 people on board in 2023. The Titan, operated by US-based company OceanGate, was on a tourist dive to the wreckage of the Titanic, the legendary ship that sank in 1912. But just hours into its descent, the submersible lost contact. Its shattered remains were found 4 days later, scattered on the ocean floor. Just 1,600 feet from the Titanic's bow, the newly released 300-page report from the U.S. Coast Guard's Marine Board of Investigation confirms what many feared, that this tragedy was preventable. The chair of the U.S. Coast Guard Marine Board of Investigation has said that the submersible's design failed to meet important safety standards and that more robust oversight is urgently needed, especially for experimental vessels operating beyond current regulations. OceanGate, remember, suspended operations after the tragedy. The report is damning, especially about Stockton Rush, who was the CEO of OceanGate and one of the victims in the tragic incident. The report says Rush essentially held several roles: CEO, safety officer, and even the sub's pilot, giving him unchecked control over Titan's operations. And in the aftermath of the disaster, investigators say he was so focused on managing the expectations of his wealthy guests and that he compromised their safety, as per the report. Remember, each seat on Titan cost hundreds of thousands of dollars, and that created a lot of pressure. Rush himself had publicly described the Titan as an experimental vehicle. At the heart of the risk was the submersible carbon fiber hull, a material that never before used at these depths. Unlike steel or titanium, carbon fiber cannot handle prolonged deep sea pressure. Its layers are known to separate under stress, and yet the Titan was built with layer upon layer of it. The submersible also had titanium domes at both ends, raising engineering red flags. According to experts, mixing metal and carbon fiber creates materials that react differently under compression, and that means stress points and weak spots. And there were several other warnings, some pretty serious ones. In 2022, on its 80th dive, there was a loud bang. The US Coast Guard now believes that was the sound of the carbon fiber starting to delaminate, which basically means it was beginning to come apart. But instead of halting the mission, reportedly, the dive continued.